Howdy, hey! So, I filmed this video only to realize that my cord to my camera is missing. I lost it. So, fuck it, we're doing it live! Today, I would like to talk about the voice actor strike regarding video games. As a bit of a disclaimer, I would like to say that I do not make my living voice acting. I am no way affiliated with SAG-AFTRA, but I do support the strike. Voice actors for video games have gone on strike for 3 reasons. Residuals, based on copies of games sold. Transparency, so that they are aware of what they are auditioning for completely. And third, better safety precautions, because when you are recording for several hours a day, that can put some serious strain on your vocal cords. First, I will talk about the residuals, because an article that came out today, published by the LA Weekly, the author stated that voice actors are making $800 a day, and they still want more. Implied and even said as much that voice actors are just entitled, they're whining, they're making so much money, why do they want more? However, this author did not have his facts straight because of this. $800 a day is, first of all, if you're lucky, you will be making $800 a day. But also, it is not an average income. You're not getting $800 a day every day. It's every couple weeks. Again, if you're very lucky, after hours of auditioning, spending however much money on vocal classes. And with the cost of living in LA, getting $800 a day every few weeks or so is not exactly the big bucks. These voice actors need to put food on the table. They need to pay their bills. They also need to pay for vocal classes for upkeep. So to act like voice actors just feel entitled that they're making so much money is completely inaccurate. Yes, some voice actors do end up making a lot of money if they're lucky. But the average voice actor is just trying to make a living. And another point to that is that they aren't exactly asking for a raise. Voice actors aren't asking for a raise. They're not asking to make more per session. They're asking for a fraction of the sales of the video games. You sell this many, I want to see a little bit of that. And that's just a fact of life for other actors, but not in voiceover. And why is that? Because people think that because you're just using your voice, that it's easier. It's not real acting. Again, that's entirely inaccurate. You pull in someone off the street and try and tell them to voice act, you're not going to have a good time. Voice acting is a skill. Performance matters. So, if screen actors are entitled to residuals from their TV shows or movies, then why shouldn't voice actors be entitled to residuals from video games that they voice in? The protest also has to do with transparency. Video game companies will say that they don't tell the voice actors exactly what they're auditioning for to avoid competition. However, if this were any other job, nobody would want that job. Can you imagine going into a job interview and having no idea what it is, and then you get told that you get the job, and then the job's shitty? Or you get sucked into a job that you just totally weren't expecting it to be like that. You don't go into any other kind of job interview without knowing what the job's about. So, why should voice actors be expected to blindly audition? That to me just seems like common sense. If other jobs don't use the excuse of, oh, it's to avoid competition, why should video game companies get to say that? And another final point. Safety. Who's going to be against safety? Your voice is a muscle. Your vocal cords are a muscle. Your diaphragm is a muscle. So, you need to put in the proper precautions to avoid damaging this muscle from excessive use. Voice actors often have to record for 4+ hours at a time, which if you had to repeatedly say the same things again and again and again, or especially yell the same things again and again and again, would you not get hoarse? And for a voice actor, if you damage your voice, you are putting at risk your livelihood. I honestly do not get why anybody would be against this strike. It makes no sense to me that, especially this author from the LA Weekly, who has no idea what he's talking about, would act as though these voice actors are just entitled. They want workers' rights for their skills, like in any other industry, because performance matters.